Good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. This is my Sunday weekly Clearing the Bases episode where I cover all the items that didn't rise to the level of their own video or I just didn't have time. And in this case, this week, it was more about time, but there is a lot to cover this week. I think this is a bigger one than usual, so buckle up, settle down, take a seat, whatever. Before I get started, well, no, I guess we're just going to jump right in. I got to hustle here because I'm going out to breakfast with some friends and then going to see Terrifier 3. I love the Terrifier series. So as always, stick around to the end because I have the fun stuff, the positive things at the end. I think you'll enjoy. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen and jump right in. This is the thing that kind of went viral on hobby Twitter this week, and you can see it's got 82,000 views, which is a lot for a hobby item. This guy tagged Tops and said, I didn't get one hit in my $1,200 case of update. Jason Worth is the best card I got. There's supposed to be one case hit. I didn't get an SP or an SSP. I probably made $150 out of the $1,200 I spent. My hard-earned money, you will never tweet me back. Disgrace. And then he just left. He didn't reply for a day and a half, leaving people to speculate and alternately trash Tops and trash him and ask a lot of questions. And he just ignored it all for a day and a half. First of all, I have in my newsletter coming up a conversation about spending in the hobby and budgeting and saving money and things like that I think you'll enjoy. Subscribe to my newsletter at junkwaxhero.com. That's not the last you'll hear of it in this video. So Knowles here does eventually post his hits. And remember, he said, I didn't get one hit in my $1,200 case. And he says, just bummed, all good. Good, just hard to look at these. And he has, like, this is a gold. I'm gonna show you a more up close version of a new gold. And this is the black. He claimed he didn't have any hits, but I feel like this is 6 hits. I don't know. He just doesn't like them. That's the problem. You've got a Sedan Rafaela. That's a decent autograph. Kerry Wood, Yariel Rodriguez. These are rookies. AJ Smith Shaver. Look, opening boxes is a gamble. It's literally gambling, and it's expensive, and yet people still do it. And until people stop opening boxes at the prices that they're at right now, the prices will continue to go up. That's just the way economics work. All right, so then Mike in the Mountains replies, for every great hit that you see, there's 100 people sad about what they pulled, thinking, why can't I pull something like that ever? Yeah, we see a lot of posts on social media about these amazing one-of-ones and number to 5 autographs of superstars. And we think, wow, this is amazing. I should go out and buy this expensive box and see what I can get. And then you open it, and you're far more likely to get this stuff than you are to get anything good. That's just the way it is. This person says Topps' job is to produce cards, not guarantee or ROI, which is true, but I think that Topps is also risking losing a lot of people. And I think what's happening is Topps is just going to keep bleeding the hobby dry, charging as much as they possibly can. Prices will eventually come down as more and more people smarten up to this. And then they will have gained all that money, and then the prices will come down. I don't think Topps really cares. Eventually, prices will come down, and they'll be like, well, look at all that money we made. This person says Topps sells cards for you to collect, not to make money. True. And remember, all these were before he ever responded with what he actually got as a hit. I think he's confused what the definition of a hit is with his feeling of it being a hit. Because regardless of what he pulled, unless he got skunked by all 12 boxes and got 0 autos or relics and no numbered cards, there were hits in there, just not the ones he wanted. Exactly. That is exactly right. Maybe he should have opened this many boxes. This is somebody at like a, I don't know, Costco maybe? I'm not sure. Walmart. And they're buying dozens and dozens of boxes of Donruss football. I'm not sure what this is. Just bought all of them, it appears. They're in line. They have a cart full of boxes of cards. And you buy that many, you're going to pull some good ones. But if you're looking for ROI, you're probably not going to get a good ROI. All right, let's talk about the state of grading. You have 2023 Donruss Optic, Scoot Henderson, Lime Green, PSA 9, $21.50 at auction. 9 goes for 21 bucks plus shipping. An 8 right here went for 10 bucks plus shipping, $9.50 plus shipping. So that's pretty reasonable. Now, what about this raw at auction again? Same exact card, numbered to 149, lime green. Not the same card specifically, but you know, they're all three are lime green, numbered to 149. Raw went for $97. Remember, the mint 9 went for $21. Raw went for $97. It was 6 weeks separating the two, but still preseason. This is, as this person said, the state of grading. People are paying a premium for the chance to get a 10 when a 9 is perfectly fine. I also have an upcoming newsletter, again, junkwaxhero.com, about is PSA 9 a bad grade? Let's talk about Topps Cosmic Chrome 2024. In 2022, there were 1.15 million total base cards. In 2024, there are 3.14 million. So they've almost tripled the total base cards. Total inserts were 0.31 million. Now it's 1.18, so almost 4x'd the inserts. Just interesting little facts here. This person says, you got to love the old crank and clean. I think they mean crack and clean. Just my assumption here. They had a 9, Bobby Witt Jr., orange refractor auto, whatever. And now it's a 10 with a 10 auto because they cleaned it and sent it back. Seems crazy that can happen. Good for them, though. Good for them. And they said no Kurtz was used. Meanwhile, PSA is sending out originally a week before $50 off your next submission of $5 or more cards, and now $100 off next submission of 10 or more cards. Does that mean that PSA sees the slowdown as much as other people are? We know that they dropped like 18% in September year over year and 22% month over month. Year over year is much more telling, I think. They're still at insane highs of grading, but maybe they feel like it's slipping. I don't know. All right, somebody submitted an ungraded card to consign with Fanatics Collect, and they said nothing a little Kurtz card care can't handle, and Fanatics responded, tagged Kurtz card care, and said, "Do you think you can fix this?" And Kurtz was happy to respond. Do you think? Let me know in comments, really about anything you see here. Should Fanatics be asking Kurtz card care if he can fix something on the card? PSA errors. Also, you've got a Bobby Witt on the left, Gunnar Henderson on the right. They are one cert number apart, as you can see, submitted by the same person, and they flip the flips. You got the Gunnar Henderson flip here on the left, the Bobby Witt Jr. flip here on the right. PSA has already said they will issue a free correction for this, but it's always funny to see. Then Darren Rell writes that, well, I guess Will Stern wrote, Shohei Ohtani is already PSA's third most graded athlete of all time. And people are like, oh, that's amazing. But he's been in the league for 7 years during the time of the highest population, the most number of different sets and cards. It makes perfect sense that he's the third most graded of all athlete of all time. In fact, I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier. Uh, so you now have, this has been a big drama this week, the jumbo downtowns. Here's your normal downtown, and now they're selling jumbos or inserting jumbos. Uh, but let me go back a little bit here. Look at these cards. They're virtually identical. And what exactly isn't downtown, which I've never liked, isn't this supposed to include special features of your town or your city? It's the whole point of them, right? And yet they both have these clouds in the background. They both have skyscrapers. And I guess Boston has water and boats, but that's it. There's nothing unique about either of these cities that's represented here. And they're virtually identical. Like somebody almost, not quite, but almost like somebody painted a template and then just put the players' faces and uniforms over them. This one was interesting. This person accidentally bought this 2024 Caitlyn Clark PSA 10 pre-sale Rookie of the Year card. So this person mocked up what a PSA 10 of this card looks like, and then they're pre-selling it because they know that they're going to buy enough cases and open enough cases that they're going to get at least one PSA 10. I don't know. I've never seen this before. It does say pre-sale very clearly in the title. So I don't feel sorry for this person for doing this and I don't think they do either. But it just seems strange to me that you would pre-sell a PSA 10. What happens if you don't get enough of them? You've made 10 pre-sales for this, and you only get 8. Do you cancel the other 2? It must be. Topps has announced that 100 lucky boxes of 2024 Cosmic Chrome will feature a card numbered to 10 in every pack. Every pack is red that has this. So here's what they look like. Uh, we've seen this before, these hot boxes that they do. Uh, I just wonder if it reduces the odds for other people. Meanwhile, here's one from that set, and it looks awesome. Look at that. Now, I won't buy any of these. I won't buy any of the cards, but still, I approve. This is awesome. Speaking of Ichiro, this is Eric, the Walking Dead saga, those back pages. Here is 2001 Topps Ichiro Gold. This was this rookie card in gold, and you can see it's got a gold border. Here's his 2024, or Shohei's 2024 Topps Gold. What is this color? It's yeah, and I wrote, what is this color? And he wrote, it looks brown. It's awful. How is that gold? That's gold. That's brown. All right, I saw this. This is Mickey Mantle, 1952 Topps. Authentic altered. It had tape on it. Oops, tape on it up here. It is in rough shape generally, and it's still sold for $18,520. Now, an authentic or a one goes for roughly 25 to 30,000 or more, depending on how it appears. So this one, they got a discount. I would love to have this. I just don't have $18,500 kicking around for a card. Okay, then we have this 1926 Babe Ruth signed barnstorming program. And you can see it's autographed very faintly, kind of right here on his shoulder. It's not, nothing is filled in here, but I read in Sports Collectors Daily that at this game, Ruth got the win. He pitched the last 3 innings. He even took over for the umpire when the umpire got injured. It's barnstorming. So fun stuff. Let me see. Yeah, it was Montreal. Yeah, he had a couple home runs. They ran out of balls because he'd hit so many home runs between batting practice and the game. Then we have Frank Thomas, no name on front, PSA 10, Pop 1, currently at $25,000. Well, $30,500 with buyer's premium. Yeah, very cool. This is kind of a dream card. Just because I was 11 at this time, I hadn't even heard of this card until years later. But pretty neat. Oh yeah, here it is right here. This is the story from, and I'll put this in my newsletter this week too, by the way. Newsletter right here, junkwaxhero.com. Enter your email address and you're signed up. And then here's another, this is what I talked about before. I did a poll on how much debt people have because of the hobby. And I'm going to talk about that in an upcoming newsletter. Here's another article I'm going to include in my newsletter. How collectible would Tony Gwynn be if he were playing in today's Major League Baseball? One-of-one triple autographed card from Paris Olympics still waiting to be found. There are rumors. I saw yesterday somebody claiming their Topps sources say that this was already redeemed, but as of a few days ago, Topps was saying it hadn't been redeemed yet. They were saying publicly. So, I don't know. Fanatics, this is big news this week. Fanatics canceling the Orlando show. A lot of people feel that they were using the hurricanes as an excuse to cancel because they haven't been successful. I don't know. I don't really follow Fanatics events. I just saw the talk a lot. So they say they'll be back in the spring, I believe, early next year, they said. Okay, and then this was other big news this week. GameStop is offering PSA card grading submissions. So, there people are saying, well, there are 3,000 GameStop stores. Does this mean that group submitters are in trouble because it's easier just to get them all from GameStop or send them to GameStop? People can just bring them in. Here, 2,900, sorry. And the prices are cheaper. It's $20 per card versus 25 for the same turnaround time if you send them in yourself. Those aren't cheaper than group submitters, of course, but I just feel like I trust a regular group submitter more than I trust people at GameStop. They aren't card people at GameStop, but that's just me. I would not. I can't say I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't bring my cards to GameStop. And last I knew, we have a GameStop near me. I just can't imagine bringing them in there. I would bring games in. I trust them with my games. Julius Irving's earliest NBA jersey coming to auction. Remember, this was after the ABA-NBA merger. It was his first road game as a member of the Sixers against the Buffalo Braves. I scored 13 points. The game took place 3 days after the Nets sold Irving to Philadelphia as part of the financial fallout of a territory dispute related to the merger. Just thought that was cool. And the Shohei 50-50 ball is now at $2.2 million with buyer's premium. So those, what was the highest bounty? It was like 300,000, maybe $500,000. Oof. This is a 1921 American Caramel E121 Babe Ruth SGC 1.5, currently at about 19,000 with buyer's premium. Nice card. And then, oh yeah, this is killer. PSA graded, just the third original Red Sox first game at Fenway Park ticket. That's that's a dream item right there for a Red Sox fan. First game. Man. And then we have Bronco Neese, which is this is one of the biggest football cards of all time, most popular. 1935 National Chickle, I think is how it's pronounced. Currently at $40,000 with 4.5 days to go. Let's make sure we're still going. Good. Okay, and then we have this black shimmer. I love the black shimmer and the blue shimmer, green shimmer, whatever. I think they look really cool. It gemmed. It got a PSA 10. The last black shimmer, 1 of 1. And this is a 1 of 1. Graded at 9, sold for $500,000. How much will this one sell for? I have a hard time seeing it selling for that much, even though it's a 10. The hype is waning on Wemby, not because he's not going to be great. I think he is a spectacular player. It's just that there are so many Wemby cards. There's exhaustion. Look, I didn't even put this near the front. I'm exhausted by Wemby, at least Wemby cards. And here's another one. I couldn't find this. Maybe because Fanatics, their website won't let me in for some reason. This Jordan Patch Wemby 1 of 1 auto was just listed at auction at Fanatics Collect. Okay, cool. And then this comes from Wax Museum Podcast on Instagram. Anthony Simons, who's a really, really good player for the Trailblazers, somehow has 2 different base cards in Prism Deca. I wonder if this was a mistake. 2 different card numbers, 2 different base cards. Just thought that was interesting. The Pete Rose 1 of 1 Superfractor Auto just sold for about $11,000 on Golden. And then Darren Rell. Darren Rell's a big ticket guy, and I enjoy big time tickets too. Some of them I just look at like, why would somebody collect this? But that's also anything. If I wouldn't collect it, I think, why would somebody collect this? But that's just a bad way to think about things. In 1989, an A's fan bought 13 game tickets for the first Ken Griffey Jr. game, his debut, and he sold those 13 full tickets on eBay for $40,100. He never went to the game. Pretty cool. And then I just like this. This is a Sandy Koufax 64 top stand-up autographed. It's a cool card. These are tough. I mean, that looks really good. And it only got a 3, the card. Tough cards to grade. And then I enjoy cool card or room setups. And this is one right here. He does year by year, and he puts an example of what I assume is one of the best. Oh, these are all Ripkins up through here, and then he's got Griffey's through here. Tough to see, and he's got from 1982 all the way through 2024 tops. Yeah, neat. And then Dan Pina, who I've featured a couple different times on my channel, his collection, which starts in 1970 and goes through 2024. And then he has some other sets over here as well. Very cool stuff. And then this franchise Seattle Focus quad signatures numbered to 10. Ken Griffey Jr. for the 1990s, Randy Johnson for the 1990s, King Felix Hernandez for the 2000s. And this all makes perfect sense, right? These are their 3 greatest from those decades. And then Justin Smoke from the 2010s. And then Dan of Dan's Vintage Baseball Card PC says, why did the Mariners miss the postseason for 20 years? There's a good explanation. Yikes. Oh, and here's the first. Yeah, I forgot I had two different tabs of this open. And then we have, let's go over here, Al Leiter. Remember this error card from 1988, Topps? And this is the Tiffany, of course, but I'm just showing it as an example. I have a viewer who has solved the mystery. I can't find how this became the way it was, but I have a viewer who has solved the mystery. So I'm going to put that in my newsletter tomorrow. Again, junkboxhero.com. We have a letter from meaning my viewer, from the person that is supposed to be Al Leiter explaining this. So make sure you subscribe, junkboxhero.com, and you'll get that. It's free. I think you'll enjoy it. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. I enjoyed this. I'm surprised I got through it in 26 minutes. But let me know if you have any questions or comments down below. Thanks very much.